It's Andrea Gehrz, and I'm here to talk about bipolarism and astrology. So, you know, I have been dealing with bipolar charts for years and years, and what the psychologists tell people is that you have depression, you have mania, and you should try to control your mania. And I don't know what to do with they say to do with your depression, but astrologically we can time manias, and I'll be talking about that at class tomorrow. But it's the other thing I would say is that from a mega manifestation theory, we're actually could be using every mania. Like, in a mania, people feel invincible and they can feel like they can do anything. Well, the human spirit is really, really strong and really magical, and it can do anything on a mania. On certain transits, I've lifted whole futons by myself and moved them across the room, and I don't even know how I did it. And it has to do with the mania of the planets coming through, and the planets bring in chi, and they bring in vibrations and light, and the light hits your eyes, and the how those things affect us can absolutely bring manias. So it's not only that astrology can time manias, which helps a lot, but it also gives us an existential use of our mania. You can look at the chart and say, like, what is my mania wanting me to do right now? For example, I had Pluto in Capricorn opposing my Mars in Cancer for 2 straight years, and people would be afraid of that transit, like, oh no, Pluto Mars, you're gonna get in fights and all that stuff. And I did feel the energy welling up in me every time the moon hit it. I track everything to that degree, and I would feel it welling up inside me. Oh my God, Pluto Mars! And so I would crochet these Mars and Cancers, like this rolling motion of the arm. I would crochet and crochet. So many stuffed animals came out of me, blankets, and all this stuff. And so, that was one example of the use of a mania. I made so much joy for so many people. I made dolls of my friends. I think I made like 5 or 6 dolls of people I knew, stuffed animals in general, blankets, all these things. But without that Pluto Mars mania, I never would have been able to do that. And now that Pluto's past my Mars, I just don't have that feeling to crochet. I just don't have that chi available to me. So can you imagine if I would have sat around for 2 years just being existentially tortured without giving the world back something from that? The tortured artist is a thing for a reason. So tomorrow in class we'll be learning all about this, but I just want to say, if you have bipolarism, which is also a highly simplified term, we actually have more than 2 poles. Each chart has several poles, and we can actually name them, time them. It's like you can actually find a coherent personality out of your poles that has something it's trying to do. So if you have ever been reduced to a bipolar diagnosis, I encourage you to see a trained astrologer, somebody who's trained in this, because, not only can we help you track your manias, getting you in control of your moods, but we can find an existential reason for your superpowers. These are superpowers, actually. So yeah, I hope that you find some use in this video, and yeah, sometimes astrologers know more than the other guy.